Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Call's Campers. If you're new here, I'm a first grade teacher in Las Vegas. We are going to be prepping and planning for the first week of school. I'm going to be using my iPad, and I'm also going to be using my digital planner. It's wonderful because every single planner is stored here because I've been using a digital planner for years now. The other thing I have with me is a schedule, like a rough black and white printed version of my schedule to kind of help me because I have nothing in my digital planner yet. I have some schedules I'll need to keep in mind for school related events. We do the house system at my school, so there's a lot going on. So we're just gonna jump in and get started. If you were here last year, you may have seen that I did a first week of school plan with me video. A lot of the activities and everything are going to be the same, but still a new year, new, fresh, and I'm going to be adding in a couple of different things. Here's our completely blank planner. All right, I'm going to set up just the basic bones of the planner first with the date. Maybe the times. Last year, this is what my schedule looked like. It's going to be pretty similar, so we're just going to copy and paste. And honestly, I don't even think I really need to worry so much about times the first week. It usually is not too applicable. I do have a schedule for the first day of school that I'm going to just double check. But on the first day, we pick kids up from the courtyard. That's that first section right here. We sort our kids in the courtyard on the first day just because it's easier to kind of collect them versus having them walk down to our hallway and try to find our room for the first time. It is a little bit chaotic, but it's also really, really high energy too. But so we'll pick them up in the courtyard and then bring them back to our rooms. Last year we picked them up and took them to the playground and let them play for the beginning. I don't know if we're doing that this year. If we do, we'll go over playground rules. All right, I texted my team. It's not going to change things too much in the long run. Let's go ahead and get the other activities kind of placed at least. One of the very first things that I do is jitter juice, which is another reason I kind of don't want to go out to the playground first thing. I'd rather just open up with jitter juice. So I think we might, I'm going to throw that activity in there first. We're going to do a soft start of some sort. Soft start. I might do stem bins because I don't really want to do crayons or anything first. They are very familiar with crayons from kindergarten, but of course I have my own like rules and procedures and things. So I think I might have them on the rug. And then our first read aloud is going to be first day jitters. Oops. Okay. First day jitters. Then once all their jitters are gone, I like to do a little class picture. It's so funny. They're always so awkward on that very first day. And then the picture at the end, they're like crazy. And then social studies. Okay. So I know this first week we are going to have to do Chromebook procedures at some point. I wish I had like a little book to go with it. I do not. This year I am going to do a little activity where students color labels for the back of their Chrome card. So hopefully they don't like bend it and twist it and do all of that. That's definitely not a first day of school activity, but I'm just going to note that I need to get that in here somewhere. We'll fit that in somewhere. So after jitter juice and a quick little class photo, we can talk about the actual classroom. And this is where I'll let them kind of walk around and explore for like a minute. Just literally walking around looking. We'll come back to the carpet, we'll talk about it, and then I'll kind of go over flexible seating, and we'll practice going to different spots in the room. So classroom, flexible seating. That's going to take a moment. Activity that I work in throughout the whole first week is About Me bags, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, but that's going to be something that I'm using kind of as a time filler. So I'm actually not going to put it in a certain spot in my planner because I want to kind of judge how they're doing and use it as a time filler as I need. So typically in the morning we would start with Rhyme Magic once we get started in that. So actually day one I might introduce it. I don't feel like that's a bad idea because day one is just, or the first step are just the vowels. So I might actually do that day one. Last year I did Haggerty first day too. So we'll do Rhyme Magic, Haggerty. We could even do some kindergarten sight word review. I feel like kids, as much as they love to come to school and do, you know, like STEM bin activities and crafts and fun things, they also are really, really excited to be learning. And I really want to get some of that in first day. So we'll do class picture, talk about the classroom, talk about flexible seating, and then I think we'll go straight into some phonics sort of activities. So we'll do, we'll start with the Better Alphabet song, which I'll do the first 2 weeks. We'll do Rhyme Magic, and then we will do sight word review. And that will be our sort of phonics for the first day. I'm going to delete these categories on the side too. Honestly, I need to just delete the times. I need to just put that we have lunch and specials. This is why I love my digital planner. Okay. It's always so hard to switch my brain back into planning mode and also back to beginning of the year first grade and thinking about like all the things that I have to just make sure I cover. After this little phonics, I think we're going to be cutting it kind of close to lunchtime. I did find a new activity that I wanted to do because in the past I've gone over lunch rules, but I think we might do this like a lunch monster activity. Don't be a lunch monster, from Wild About Firsties, and it's just about like making good decisions. Last year there were so many times that the women who run the lunchroom had to talk to like all of the kids that were in there. Oh, it's free. Oh, love. Okay, perfect. And it's just like a quick little anchor chart sort talking about lunchroom decisions, which I think will be great. We'll talk about playground rules. I'll take them out to the playground, and then I think I might take them to lunch afterwards if I can get it up. Okay, this is what it looks like. Super cute. If I can scroll. It's just like a little sort activity. Yep, love it. Okay, so we'll do Lunch Monster, which is cafeteria rules. Then we will do playground rules. I'm just going to put playground PowerPoint. And then we will do a little 10-minute playground, or maybe I should do playground rules. We go to the playground for 10 minutes, then come back, do the lunch sort, and then take them to lunch. That way it's like fresh in their brains. I don't know. Because play kind of helps kids process things too. I don't want to cut it that close though. I don't trust my timing that well. We'll practice procedures for getting our lunch boxes lining up. Lunch boxes lining up, and then we'll go to lunch. I'll pick them up from recess. Oh, I also need to talk about where to pick them up. Lunch, and then after lunch in our normal schedule, we do Haggerty. Oh wait, I had another activity I wanted to do. Butterflies on the first day of school. I could just save that for the end of the day when I would normally do writing. I think last year I did it earlier. So there's 3 books that I actually love to do on the first day of school. So I just need to make sure I spread them out. So First Day Jitters, Butterflies on the First Day of School, and then A Letter from Your Teacher on the first day of school. And all of those are very much wonderful books to read. So it's funny looking at my plans, I'm all the way at the bottom and that's just up to lunch. First Day Jitters though, I read pretty quickly. So that's not gonna take long. It's gonna take probably, 10 minutes to read here. Jitter Juice Activity and Class Picture, that's another 10 minutes. Talking about the classroom and flexible seating, going over that takes about 15 minutes, which I can just kind of make this a little bit smaller actually. For the phonics, this should take about, let's see, Better Alphabet Song, Rhyme Magic, and Sight Word Review. I'm guessing that'll take about 20 minutes. Do I have time to do Butterflies on the First Day of School before lunch? 25 to 9, 35, 35 to 9:45, 9:50. And do a little bit of our literacy. That'll take us to 10:30, but I'll be generous and say 10:40 and just add in some extra time there. Okay, so I definitely have time. So then we can do a read aloud, which would make sense because normally in our routine we would do some kind of phonics and then a read aloud. So that's perfect. Butterflies on the first day of school. And then last year I did PlayStations and then pulled them to my back table for some one-on-one time, and we did a butterfly finger puppet craft, which was really easy and really quick. This year, I do still want to do something very similar. I love having them at the back table and getting that like small group time with them on the very first day. I really, really treasure that, but I think I want to do something to just speed it up a little bit more. So I might have them all design their butterfly together at their tables and then pull them to my back table to kind of put it together. And I think that'll save me a little bit of time. So let's move this stuff out of the way and do that. Color butterflies. And then I'll do PlayStations, which is not a normal thing, but it does get them practicing how I manage stations in general. So like my signals, my callbacks, things like that. So it's good to at least have them work in separate groups. If I wanted to, I could make it more academic. I could be like, okay, you're going to work on your name over here and you're going to do this over here. But I really like giving them that time to play on the very first day of school. A lot of them are really, really anxious. I mean, you have some kids who cannot even write their name on the first day of first grade. Like, you would be surprised. So I'm sticking with the PlayStation. And again, getting them used to my procedures for how I call them to my table. I call them by each name and then they have to sit in that exact spot. So I have like a very specific way that I run things, and it's just like slowly acclimating them to it. After we color the butterflies and do the PlayStations, and then I think we will clean up and then go into the lunch monster. I know the new GoodNotes has like this really cool dashed line feature, but I just don't want to upgrade my GoodNotes, so this is what we got. Oops, all right. Lunch monster, cafeteria rules. Playground rules. Playground break. After lunch, we do phonemic awareness. So we do Haggerty, bathroom break. Oh yeah, we also have to go over bathroom break procedures, probably earlier in the day. So maybe somewhere up here. Eventually later in the year, I do less group bathroom breaks and more individuals if my class can handle it. Last year, it was so bad. We had like a whole first grade just struggle, kids going in the bathroom, playing, like it was terrible. So we'll see how that goes this year. After Haggerty, we go into math. I think we are gonna do those readiness pages. I don't know if I want to start number talks on day one. Really bad about falling off with doing the number talks. I'm not doing anything with the Chromebook on that first day, so I don't need to worry about that. This is all just first day. It'll go much faster after this. Okay, math with my name. Last year I did math with my name whole group and we learned about the whiteboards. So we can do that again. Whiteboards, math with my name. I like doing that as well. 12:35 to 1:20, so about an hour. I feel like that's great for an hour. That's number talk, a readiness page, whiteboards, math with my name. That's perfect. And then we will go to specials. I need to make this a little bit smaller. Again, this is why I love my iPad. And I think I actually got to everything that I planned last year, if I remember. And I'm roughly doing the same thing, roughly. But it's actually killing me how thick this is. Okay. So after math, we will go to specials. And then after specials, we will read a letter from your teacher. Well, after specials is usually writing. So I think I might have them come in, trace your name handwriting page, and then do a letter from your teacher and give them my little first day of school gift. How much time do I have? 40 minutes. I think that's enough time. So I'll do a handwriting page. We'll see the specifics, or I actually think the 95 phonics materials might have handwriting in there. I don't know if we'll have them or if we have those materials yet. I'll just put a question mark. I can check with my team. Like 35 minutes, real time. 35 minutes, okay. But the next, the rest of it is going to be a lot faster. Okay, so on day one, I'm still getting to know them, their personalities, etc., etc. Day two, one of the first things I do is I assign them a spot on my carpet. I assign them their learning leaves. I think last year I waited till day two to talk about flexible seating, but we're doing that first day. Also keep in mind the About Me bags are a time filler. I think day two we'll talk about their supplies and their book bins as well. I'll assign their learning leaves. We're going to review flexible seating. I think I might start with About Me bags because I'll have a little bit of extra time. Review flexible seating, talk about supplies, book bins, we'll practice. We'll go into our kind of first week of school phonics with the Better Alphabet Song Rhyme Magic sight word review. I need to check and see what, I don't think I want to start like 95 phonics curriculum on the first day, but they might have something that I might want to look at. A little activity that I like to do with that. It's like a little partner activity where they can get to mingling. Okay. I do have a book that talks about people colors. I don't know if I should read 2 books back to back. We might do the activity. I don't think it's necessary to read a book before introducing people colors, but maybe we can do that whenever I'm doing my like illustration unit. That's a better idea. Okay, that is not going to take us all the way up till lunch. I think I'll do a bit more of those About Me bag activities because I do need to get through those. Probably going to have a little bit of time before lunch at 11:30 here, and I could do another like small group activity of some sort. Last year I did soap versus germs on the second day. I kind of like that. I think we're gonna do that once more. It's this really fun activity where you give kids these glow germs and they show under a black light. And you have to make sure that the kids know they're not actually real germs. You're not giving them real germs on their hands. All right, so we'll do the little germs activity. And then I think we will do some more playstations. And during this small groups, this time I'm gonna start testing them, just like kind of reviewing what they know, and assessments, because I know I need to get that done. Our after lunch is going to look just about the same. Specials, handwriting, that's the same. Look at us, day 2, already in a routine. And then at the end of the day for writing, I don't remember what I did last year. I might have them actually do some kind of handwriting thing, and then at the very end we could do some more about me bags. Going to look very similar. We're going to make sure they all remember their learning leaves and review flexible seating, and then we will review the book bins and materials. I think I might give them their Chromebooks on this day too. I don't remember what day I did that last year. Okay, review flexible seating, review book bins. I also think I want to color code my chargers this year. Not like full rainbow, but just like alternating to make it easier. Actually, we will do Chromebook cards, card design. Yeah, Chromebook cards. So they're going to design a little sticker that I'm going to put on their Chromebook card. And then we will talk about Chromebooks and headphones. Maybe headphones first. And we'll have to go through the process of getting them, using them. I don't need to write that down. But there's a lot that goes into that. I have to teach them how to log in, basic way around their Chromebook, which they know a little bit from kindergarten, and it's nice because ours are actually touchscreen, so that's helpful too. Like CVC words, or I could have them practice something like with secret stories, start using their computers, and then I could pull more kids for beginning of the year testing. Okay, so we're going to go through the whole thing. We're going to practice getting them out, using them, and then putting them away. Then we'll jump into, again, our phonics and read aloud, which will be do unto otters. I don't start poetry or anything till the next week. Otters activity, writing, they can do afterwards. I might need to add another activity in this space before we go to lunch. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll just put a little squiggle in there. But then we will do review lunch, procedures, all of that, which I need to move this up here and actually get that in here. And playground rules. And we'll just copy this whole section here. And then on Thursday, this time we are reviewing, for Wednesday math, I think I might have them practice rocket math. So we'll try the whole Chromebook situation again. That way they're practicing again. So we might even just skip this activity right here and just practice getting on the Chromebooks and doing the fluency things that we have here at school. Okay, so Thursday morning time is getting a lot shorter. We'll be getting into phonics a lot sooner, is what I mean by that. In fact, I'm going to make this actually a lot smaller because it's going to be a faster review than it was before. What day did I introduce the library last year? Normally also during this phonics time in the morning, I do rhyme, magic, poetry, sight words, shared reading, and grammar. So I might incorporate some kind of shared reading. Probably not. I think I'm going to have other things that I'm just not thinking of right now that I want to do. I have We Don't Eat Our Classmates, and then Friday I did Alma and the Worry Stone. However, I remember last year I literally baked their Worry Stones during lunch, like my lunchtime or their specials time, and gave it to them. I think I want to, no, I like Alma and the Worry Stone on Friday. I can just do it when they're in specials. I'll just bake them in specials. Oh, it would be nice to not have to do that. But I also have like this cute little hat that says like, I conquered my first week. And it's like this like feeling of victory. So I want to keep it that way. Okay, never mind. So we are going to do We Don't Eat Our Classmates. I actually have a very cute little gummy gift idea. Super, 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 super cheap. I got this idea from Miss Cole's kids, but I just need to remember to do those gummies. Okay, so We Do Not Eat Our Classmates with little Penelope, my fave. If I could write, we don't eat our classmates. Okay. We don't eat our classmates. We do eat gummies. So they'll get a little gummy gift, which I'm sure they'll love, and they can work on that with a little activity. I think I will do the, oh yeah, also leader versus boss, classroom rules. It goes along with like the classroom rules. Like, we don't eat our classmates. Here's what we do. Speaking of, so we don't eat our classmates. I'll have them do activity, nice little snack, or I could give them the gummies to take home. No, I'll let them eat them in class. And then we will do this kid president video, and then the leader versus boss, class rules and activity. My battery is gonna die on my camera, so hold on. And my iPad, actually. We're barely making it. Okay, I had to move just slightly closer to my charger. We don't eat our classmates, activity, gummies. That is still morning time. This is when we would do some kind of center activity. And I do want to keep pulling them for testing. I need to get these ESGI assessments in, but what I do exactly, I'm not sure. And then after lunch, again, is going to look the same. And Friday is going to be different. We have our first house. I also should actually try to work in some, maybe when they do their play centers, they can practice doing that in their houses, because they need to know what house they are in. They know from kindergarten, but they need to like really know and recognize like who in the class is in their house. So I might note that at the top. Houses. That way I do not forget. And it'll make the transition a little bit easier on Friday. Okay, we're so close. Each teacher, just a really quick, just so you guys know what I mean. Each teacher in first grade is in a different house. Well, we have 2 teachers that are in the same house because we only have 5 houses. So each kid in my class is in a house. On house day, our very first house day, my kids will go to that teacher's room, and they'll take them down with the whole house, if that makes sense. So we split up into houses, and then we all walk to wherever we're meeting. I wonder if my team would be willing to do like a little practice the day before, lining up outside their first grade teachers. I think we should do that. It's always a little bit chaotic, especially sending them for the first time. But if we can get 10 minutes one day before the actual day where they can like look at this other teacher and say, okay, I know who you are. I know where I'm going. I think that'll make things a little bit easier. That's something that I remember last year just wishing we were able to do. So hopefully my team will be on board with that for this first week. First grade houses. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in all that assembly information. Just went on like a whole adventure trying to figure out the schedule situation. Got it figured out. I wanted to do the stones. I wanted to bake them while they were at specials, but specials is earlier that day. We'll just do that earlier then. Be open. Okay, so these are our plans for the first week. Someone just messaged me on Instagram and asked how I introduced flexible seating at the beginning of the year. If you are curious too, I have it in a vlog. I'm so proud that we are done with the plans. However, I still have to make the copies. I might wait for the workday. That is everything that I have planned and prepped for the first week of school. This is going to be my 6th year, and I still get all of those little back to school butterflies. So I'm really excited for the upcoming school year. If you are not familiar, I do vlog extensively at the beginning of the year. So you can see the way that I do every single thing I talked about here with you guys today. So definitely make sure you are subscribed and you do not miss any of those videos. I also have playlists from every single year I've been teaching, so you can go and check those out too if you are bored or want some inspiration in the meantime. So like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe and join the family down below, and I will see you in the next one.